After being diagnosed with cancer, I chose to give myself a resting place. Very good feng shui. Just to hope that the next life will not be won by their parents. Win brother, win everything. I've erased every trace that ever existed. Then I had the courage to do it. Then I lay in the bath waiting, but the people at the cemetery called me. Sorry for flipping, lady. Can you change the grave? I've heard of changing cars for houses. Someone changed the grave now. Can't be changed. I've chosen that place before. It's not a game for me to say, that tomb is obviously mine. Why did someone win it? That person is dead. Silence on the phone for a moment, but continue to advise me. They are willing to pay high prices. I categorically refuse. I've already done that. I definitely have to use it today. I hung up the phone for a moment. It's better to be cremated and then buried. I must have this grave. But I have to make sure that after I've injected, someone immediately collect the body for me. Bite my teeth, I held my phone by the bathtub. Send a message to family chat. Guys, I'm going to go home with you. Can you free the AI to collect the body for me? A few seconds later, I got the message. I left the chat. I just finished arranging the body. Disband the group. Even though SAO, they also have another family group without me. Little by little time goes by. But in the group, no one answered. Should be. Take a picture of my wrist right now. Send it. Sorry, but there's no other way. There is my place. I'm really in a hurry. Care about me. Can you last time? The phone fluttered a few seconds later. Suddenly someone answered, sister. Thank you, I breathe a sigh of relief. I quit the interface. Be prepared to remove it. The phone rang a few more times. I'm sorry, I'll tell my parents and brother to go home. What about this little girl? It's not his birthday. But we went on a picnic with our family. I told you I'd come back for a party. What else do you want? Believe me. 6 families 3 years after my parents accidentally did it. Carrying nostalgia and remorse for me. Adopted a daughter. Adopted from the orphanage Vu Tian as my replacement. But become a treasure in the hands of their families. After I'd been kidnapped and tortured for years. Back home looking thin. Carry the consequences such as shy stuttering. This makes them regret it. Again, just got a little bit more distant and awkward for me. Over the years, I've always tried to fit into this family. I want them to love me. But no matter how much I flatter, they always loved the 6 families more. Even gradually misunderstood as I was jealous. Bullies deliberately compete for the love of 6 families. Hate me more and more. Why did you become RA like this? I'll be right back. Don't worry about it. It's all lies. Do you want to go see your parents? All right, let's go out to the sea. Staying at home makes our house dirty. We need to call a cleaner. My heart is cut like a knife. My tears couldn't help but flow out. And then I made up my mind. Slowly get up from the bath. Prepare to go out to the sea. Sting like that. That nice feng shui too. It will be for those in need. The cemetery has my information. We need the 2 parties to sign a transfer agreement. Set a meeting place at the hospital. Even though it's been a long time since I cut my wrist. No bandage. I may not make it to the sea. That might die. On the road, people collect the body. But I didn't expect that. The farmer and his wife wanted to buy the grave. I knew I wanted to see the old men who had rushed to the city. So I got to the hospital 10 minutes later than I did. When we meet, my cold face tried to take me to the emergency room. But I ran into 6. The second son of their 6. My brother is a doctor. He's a good internist at the hospital. I went to the People's Hospital today to attend the conference. 6 delivery bars. My eyes flashed across my wrist and bandaged my sigh. I thought I was deliberately playing Cho. Damage must also be in moderation. BA Brothers 6. Big brother in business. You 2 are doctors. BA is a racer compared to his poisonous mouth. BA. My husband and I are both busier. My attitude towards me is colder. So listen to him. I don't actually react very much to the opposite. Try to stick next to you. Step in front of me and pull me back. Took me to the clinic. The emergency doctor's leaving now. He can't delay. Yes, you have stomach cancer. This disease has to go to the digestive department. You're not going to the surgery. I tried to hold my hand and suddenly stopped. The six-pointed face also grimaced coldly. At first I wanted to see the kids. Next up is stomach cancer. That's enough. Just make a mess like that. You really can't die if you don't. So I'm going to do it. Goodbye. Very suddenly. Try to stand up and look at 6 intersections with a bad face. Very light action, but very quickly pulled my wrist up on the table. Give it to the doctor and close the door. Silently watching the doctor remove the bandage. Give me the transfer contract. Now I sign. Memong doesn't mean you need to use SAO level. Why give up? I'm going to say it's not necessary. Let it go. But Gu Lin's eyes were too serious and sharp. It is too troublesome to find a body collector, so I'm going to extract it at sea. Feed it to the fish. No need to go to the grave. Prepare to sign the transfer contract quickly. I found out that Lamb and the two-handed broker. That's not the transfer contract. 6. Let us divide the grave together. Your idea is very good. Very suitable for me, lonely person. Later, on the holidays, her relatives come to light incense to clean. I can also enjoy some. In return, I'll help you collect the body. But you can also look out. How is my family? They're not going to come and burn incense for me. It is better to have a neighbor with you than not. I thought for a moment about agreeing. I chose an extremely beautiful beach to end my life. But I'm a little bit sorry to share the grave with the late Lin. This is too complicated. Watching the sunset is not short of time. The sea is cold at night. By the way, watch the sunrise tomorrow. Injection is also possible. Yes, I can collect the body, I decide. The night waiting for the sun to rise is too long. Easy to lose blood, so I fell asleep 10:32 night. I was woken up by Mr. BA's video call. I tried to sleep in the car seat. I got out of the car. Take a video call. The first image is this warm dining table. The house is surrounded by people. Sit in a central position. Oh, you're not here. 6 months, you're sick. I want to die and make the whole family run away. Where are you? Go home. I've been working all afternoon making you a big meal. Come back quickly. Don't mess around anymore. Can you go home and celebrate your birthday? Let the adults wait for you to eat. How many years of education have I paid my teacher? My gaze flashed across the worn-out dining table. Clearly moved the chopsticks. I pursed my lips and laughed softly. I suddenly thought of another problem. The body and organization can be clearly separated. What am I waiting for him to do? The next second I walked away. The sound of the water rushing down my heart. I'm going to die. I'm not coming back. You're going home now. Go to my room. I found an empty room. It's a horrible bright red bloodbath. Everyone changes their face in the blink of an eye. The eyes quickly appeared. The panic and the unbelievable. He really wants to die. You've played enough for 6 months. Go home. The cool sea water flooded my neck. It's really cold at night. When you get back, why? Continue as an outsider, thanks. Look how much you love the 6 families. But we're not guilty of you. His clumsy words BA transmitted over the phone. In his voice, still convinced that I'm playing. I have to do these 3 games again. You want the whole family to take you to the altar? Can I light incense for you? You have to compare it to your family. That's right. They've never treated me badly. Just don't love me. 6 families get a cold once. The whole family coaxed him to take medicine. And I've come this far. If you only get one, go to the beach. Don't dirty our house. But I'm your family. That's right. You didn't come back because you were jealous. But to do the same, they want to explain more. But Lin suddenly reached out and grabbed the phone. People are jealous of others for 2 reasons. 1 is that the enemy is unworthy. 2 because I don't have it. You can say she's jealous. But I didn't even think about making her poor. Family affection. That's right, bias is bias. Say a lot of excuses, you piece of shit. Try lamb. Looks like this is my phone. That's cool. I have a house. Come and have a look if you like. We can share together. But that night, I can't see Gu Lin's house kindly. Blood loss plus cold. To a place where I could just lie in a blanket. Take off the ice and change it. I know why you want to sit in the grave. It's just that the grave is next to his parents. It's a firefighter. He doesn't know what day the accident will happen, so he wants to take precautions. 3 days later, Lamb realized my intention to escape. Directly pull me out. Want to take me to the hospital, but I really don't want chemo. Procrastination of all kinds. At that moment, I looked over my shoulder. Look at the 4 people not far away. We've finally found you forever. The whole family's been looking for you for days. The older brother and I are still at the beach watching. I'm not so good. I didn't say anything, just looked coldly at the 6 families. Eyes full of worry. The family is no longer in power. Dad is full of worries, and he has a contradictory face. 6 emerald walls, all are tender. Like the words that hated me 3 days ago. It's because they said, I see. That means you've confirmed. I actually have stomach cancer. In front of the dead, he began to repent. Really, your face has changed a lot. It changes color faster than the sky. I'm going to respond to them with a mocking smile. But the feeling of nausea in the stomach is overwhelming. First there was sour vomit, then there was fresh blood. Go to the hospital now. Go back and I'll buy you some candy. She's my sister. I can take it myself. You don't have to bother me. 6 dead Jade. He wanted to take me from next door. No need to bother Mr. 6. Sorry, that day I said those words out of anger. Not really. My dad took me to the hospital. Then take me home. They still raise their hands in the afternoon. It would be better to go home. I can't help but laugh out loud. There was a smile on her face at last. It's the distance and the coldness they used to give me. 6, I listen to you. Go to the Dead Sea, but die. But you can consider me dead. When the Jade shook his head, his body trembled. He looked so regretful that he couldn't describe it. No more words. Daddy 6 main follow without delay. Give me a new phone. Pretending to be comfortable has more flattery. No SAO, no SAO. Private is right. Not going home or not. I bought a new phone for you. Can you add me to the list? It was my fault that I left the chat group that day. I don't need you to treat me like I'm lost. I've never been back. Stop looking for me. Please, people who are really bothered, they don't need me. I don't need them anymore. On the way to the hospital. Can I have some candy before I go to the hospital? Don't think I don't know what you're thinking. If you eat candy, you don't need to be hungry. Go to the hospital, right? Was discovered. I laughed that my condition couldn't be said to be good. Inspection completed. The doctor didn't say the results definitively. Chemotherapy arrangements in combination Let's see what with the local treatment. If it's stable, it can be surgically removed. The rain was on the couch, the Ferris wheel. Become a grip. Even tried Lamb to reward me for the courage to inject drugs. Hard to take pills. That specifically took me to the amusement park. I'm still very unhappy. Lamb tried to buy sausage in the distance. He told me to sit here and wait for him. I suddenly thought, or run away now. Can I come home with you from far away? The house still has 2. You know, my technique is very good. I will definitely take good care of you. My disease needs 6 doctors. Newly cured SAO. Final stage stomach cancer. Do SAO. You may not have symptoms in the past. And 6 delivery bars even if 6 families suffer from dysmenorrhea. You can also look out right away. But I didn't believe that I actually had stomach pain. You're just 6 intersections of regret. His face was pale and he tried to say, but he couldn't say anything. Was tried by Lin holding the sausage back to interrupt. Why didn't you do that to me sooner than I did? Waiting for you to accept Love me again. 15 years, but nothing. It's because I'm not equal to 6 bright families. Not as approachable as she is. But I'm not a two-faced guy. So far, you haven't taught me anything, but I'm still alive. Don't use what's called repentance and shame to disgust me. I wanted for a long time not an apology. Sorry. I just don't want you to rob me of my family. I don't want to be kicked out. I don't want to hurt you. In fact, they've ignored some of the green tea practices of the 6 families. He only hit me once. When the family is worried about how often I have stomach pain, they're going to take me to the hospital for a checkup. Change my stomach pills for vitamins. Just that once. But it's since been confirmed that I lied to Cho. Use the family's regret to fight for love. Do you think I should blame him? In my opinion, it is clear that lie to my conscience. That it's all because of it. I know this very well. The 6 of them know. 6 families, or you're on your knees. But not just you. But it doesn't matter. Because demons are useless. The remorse of your sins, it just makes me disgusted. They just want to be more comfortable. They loved me when they lost me. It's ridiculous. I didn't even look at them again. After that day, 6 people no longer pretend to me too. Instead, he knelt at the door of the old man's house. Begging me to come home. I pretended not to see. It's just fun and chemo. I've been trying to do things I couldn't do before. He called it a plan to plant flowers in front of the grave. But this plan has only been in place for 2 months. It completely made my hair fall out. I know you don't seem sad. My recent chemotherapy results, it doesn't seem so good. Because we shared the house and then we shared the grave. No matter how you die, I will be with you, so it doesn't matter what the result is.